And lastly, neurons and synapses. Whereas mind uses language to discipline a person's personal body and brain inside their skull, neurons and synapses similar to hands are what world agrees anatomically within medicine. People say jogging your memory, jogging and solving a problem. Chemicals, speed awake, consciousness. And then a person can make a banana smoothie. Neurons and synapses add more simplicity to senses. Confusion. A flag my service animal sloth named Raspberry brought home from a grocery store with a bottle of Diet Coke wrapped inside of the flag has not been removed yet from my ashram because she spent all of Diet Coke. And after I get my Coca-Cola, my service animal was supposed to purchase at the grocery store, then I'll be able to have a merchant marine, a United States merchant marine flag with peace and war to complete what I've constructed here now. And more the confusion from Black Lives Matter and Antifa and everybody saying, well, you can't even wear a Hawaiian shirt anymore. There's a far-right group who wears a style of clothing with print described from a state called Hawaii. And people are at risk. United States Marine Corps saying, no, you can't have any more Confederate flags. There's too much tension, or for maybe other reasons, I don't know. But consciously, as a part of my studies with military, all of the Confederate statues toppled, bases renamed, and I wanted to know, well, what's the deal with what they said during a Civil War and what Abraham Lincoln did with Union soldiers? Mostly, for my memory growing up, arriving to a party with someone I went to school with as a classmate at his house with his brother sitting in a chair in front of a huge Confederate flag. And my reaction back then, and mostly previously, they were white supremacists. I thought they were Nazi KKK members. Until later, I reconnected with my memories human and wasn't so sure anymore. A nice man with a nice family, diversity in his pictures on his social media. And now I have closure. Here in Seattle, Washington, in the Pacific Northwest. Respectfully learning about Deep South, politics and government from past and some now today, unfortunately, with segregation and prejudice and discrimination. People who want to be left alone. People who want people to learn what they're saying to fix a problem. And some who decide their freedom has to do with another language described race being gone. And nearly destroyed from suffering and poverty and hunger and violence in their communities. People dominating and saying their freedom needs those who oppose their decision to be physically stopped now. Humor mixed with history and a story involved benefits safety and security. Someone not knocking on my door and seeing in my home what I'm working on for engineering and the adventures of ETT and AI and peace instead of war. Don't always use their senses instead of what their subconscious mind provides. Their voice, face, and posture. Now. And in this example, senses are beneficial. With so many people saying so much stuff nowadays has racism, a human's senses don't know what's going on, very similar to the mind Freud talked about. And indeed, they're doing a similar process, saying control, restriction, limit, and not problem solving. All together filled with anarchy. And danger. People who are getting instructions from people who are emotionally using language, letters, and sentences to teach masses and crowds, people and folks and humans, about their intelligence, brilliance, genius, and IQ number with material and information they philosophically erase, destroy. Eliminate from conscious learning now. An objective limit similar to consciousness with psychedelic drugs and chemical substances. A person doesn't need a swastika flag and some fake, inconsiderate narrative to learn Hitler. Was a brutal and nasty killer and murderer. A dartboard, similar to Argo, a movie about a film from a CIA operation during Iranian Revolution, with darts thrown at the head of a leader in their office. People in their Trump balloons called Baby Mr. President Trump. Doing similar tasks and work and confusion as Antifa and Black Lives Matter, breaking windows and sending letters to the City Council of Seattle to let them know they're going to get investigated for what they're doing now. Reducing presidency of the United States of America to someone's thoughtful idea they had to make an object out of materials taken away from earth and land, they also say has climate change, and their choice helps reduce negative parts of those theories. Now,